didn't lose her. We're going outside this summer. Why have a summer bucket list when you can have a summer bucket list spreadsheet? Hello, if you're new here, my name is Diva and I'm a Libra, hence the Diva the Libra. Happy you're here. And one thing that's been harder and harder to stomach as an adult is that, yeah, you really do have to make your life fun. Not like it was necessarily like super easy when you were a child or younger, but it was a lot more accessible, it felt like. Your opportunities, more free time during the summer. And so what I'm trying to do this summer is just be very intentional to have a fun one. It's not even just that life is too short, it's also that just the winters are so long. Like, I'm an East Coast girl, and so it is cold from, let's say, October to like it really just started picking up in May, it being like really consistently warm. I just want to the best of my ability, not only just be outside, but really just be intentional with like doing fun things and having a fun time. And I keep harping on the word intentionality because it's not just so much about like going outside this summer, but it's just like just making sure that my summer doesn't feel too similar to like the monotony sometimes of what the day-to-day can feel like during the other seasons. And so this is basically all a lead up to say that I created a summer bucket list, which you guys really can't see in all its glory. So let me move the camera. Ta-da! Here she is, all of her glory. This idea came to me a la really Judy Moody.
Introducing the Judy Moody Mega Rare Not Bummer Summer Dare.
Thinking about, okay, Diva, what's a way you want to make sure that you're doing things this summer, but how are you making sure that you're doing things this summer? Like, you need to find a way to hold yourself kind of accountable. And so I came up with the summer bucket list. And I pointed to Judy Moody in particular because she didn't just create a summer bucket list, it was like a point system involved. And I was like, Diva, for you're someone who likes to achieve and be rewarded for things brain, this will be good for you. So as you can see, I got a little artsy, I got a little summary, and then I split it into different categories. The point system was kind of hard for me to come up with at first. I was like, should I do 5, 10, 15, 20, blah, 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 blah. And then I waffled over for so long, which is, you know, a little bit of my problem. Not even so much being indecisive, but just like learning to trust myself more is something that I feel like I've really been working on and getting better at, but it's like, Diva, just make the decision. And so I decided on 2, 5, 10, and 20. The goal is to get to 1,000 this summer. I know. And I would walk you through the different categories on the poster, but let's backtrack a little bit. So I make up this poster. Okay. I make up this poster and I come up with the point system, and then I'm talking to my friend Jamie. You guys have seen her in other videos if you've been on my channel for a while. And so I'm talking to her, I'm like, you know what, but I think for the 2 and the 5 pointers, because guys, we're trying to get to 1,000, I want to make them count multiple times because I want to give myself a better fighting chance, because 2 pointers and 5 pointers, things I kind of do more often than not necessarily like day to day, but they're intermixed with like some smaller things that I do with like trimming or like cutting my hair, versus intermixed with like bigger things like trying out a new exercise class. I know the font is like kind of small, you guys can't really see it, but we're gonna get to that too. And so it's an intermix of stuff like that. The 10 pointers are more so things that like are stepping just out of my comfort zone, and the 20 pointers are like stepping out of my comfort zone in like a fun way. Respecting your own boundaries, of course. Like I was saying, I was talking to her and I was like, so I want the 2 and the 5 pointers to count more than once, I think, as well as the 10 pointers maybe once or twice. And she was like, oh, so how are you gonna go about tracking those points? And I was like, maybe on my iPad, like maybe like I'll tally up the points as I go. And she was like, why don't I make you a spreadsheet to track your progress? And I was like, oh, that would be super cool. Like, thank you. I'd love to see how that's gonna come out. And the next day, guys, she showed me this. She showed me this lovely color-coded spreadsheet, Diva Summer Bucket List. I'm smiling so hard because you guys cannot imagine like the look on my face when she first showed me this, because I was expecting like everything, of course, compiled together, like categorized. She knows me so well. And so now I feel like I can really walk you guys through like what the summer bucket list like categories, what it's going to be, and what hopefully we are going to be doing this summer. And so first, like I said, we have the 2 pointers. The 2 pointers, as you can see category-wise, we have things like buy myself flowers, reading a book, wearing sunscreen, things that I do, or at least should be doing, you know, like multiple times this summer. But immersive reading in particular is like when you're reading a physical book while you're listening to the audiobook. I've tried this like twice, I think, but no, I've been trying to come to grips with, do I dislike audiobooks? I don't think I do, but when I listen to audiobooks, I expect them to kind of like really enrich my experience of my reading, but it doesn't really feel like that more so. I think I get so distracted by the fact that I'm not hearing my own voice in my head, because I feel like when I read, I hear my voice in my head, like as the characters. I don't know how to explain it. When it comes to the shorter activities, like the 2 pointers, the 5 pointers, even though they're things I do often, I may try to like put little like differentish twists on them just to like give myself a new experience, of course. Getting an ice cream cone. What would summer be if you didn't get yourself a great waffle cone? Trying a new matcha recipe. Something that I've been seeing a lot recently is like mango sticky rice matcha. And so after that, we have the 5 pointers. Not so much that I can do these up to 5 times, but I'll probably do them more times during the summer. But I can record them and count them towards the 1,000 points at least 5 times. First, we have send 2 letters or postcards to like families, friends, whoever. Go to a photo booth. I feel like I'm always seeing like those photo booth strips on like TikTok that are like black and white, super cute. We have reading, read 2 books in a week, and it's that I have to start and finish 2 books in a week. Roast marshmallows, try matcha lemonade. You would think with how much I love matcha, I would have tried a matcha lemonade at this point, but I remember seeing it in a cafe the other day, like yeah, it was on their menu, and I was like, I did not know we had that. Redecorate my Kindle. Love my Kindle cover that came with my Kindle. If you guys don't know, shameless plug, go watch my other vlog on this. I found and bought a Kindle for $35. It's the kids Kindle. Super great. You can, it's regular functions to be honest, as like an adult Kindle. It's just that you can also have the kids version on it. What I love about it, honestly, is that it comes with like that. It comes with a case that both protects the back and the front. But, during the summer, probably towards the end, maybe I'll just want to switch things up and try something different. Walk in the rain. I feel like I don't do that enough. Just like walk in the rain, going swimming, or just having a planless Saturday, which is, I do that all the time, I feel like, which is like letting Saturday take me where it will, like not having any particular errands or things to run. We have the 10 pointers. For the 10 pointers, at first they were only going to count once, and then I was like, why not let them count twice? And so I'm going to, as opposed to the 2 or 5 pointers, which can count up to 5 times, the 10 pointers can only count up to 2 times. And so activity-wise, we first have coloring books, coloring pages, pictures on Pinterest, really exactly what it sounds like either finding cute hairstyles or, which is where I get a lot of my hairstyle inspo, to be honest, a bring it on marathon. One thing about me, I love Bring It On with Christina Milian in all its like bad glory. But of course, there are so many other gems in the franchise. We don't talk about the last one. And so one night, I don't know if I'm going to try to watch all of them, but I'm going to start from the beginning and work my way through, especially because I feel like I never really watched the second one, which for some reason, I'm like, dude, that says something. But we'll get there when we get there. Getting summer themed nails. I haven't gotten acrylics in a long time. I've been very much into like doing like my own like press-ons, have brunch alone, have dinner alone, drink at a bar alone, as you can see. Just trying to lean more into just like doing things alone. I do a lot of things alone, to be so for real. But I feel like when it comes to like quote unquote like more social things, like having a drink alone at a bar, I've never really gone to a bar or like a club alone, for example. And I don't think I'm comfortable enough yet to like go to a club alone. But having a drink at a bar alone, like maybe bringing a book, bringing some music, some headphones, and just vibing. Because I heard it somewhere, and I feel like this has really sat with me, which is why I've planned this out for the summer, that if you don't go alone, you may never go. Going to the pool, maybe reading by the pool, because I'm usually so keen on going to the beach nowadays. I feel like I haven't been to a pool in a long time. Go to a concert, and then we have the big kahunas, the 20 pointers. This is the most amount of points that I can accrue on an activity. And it's part of the reason why I kind of made the 2 pointers, 5 pointers, the 10 pointers be able to count more than once. Because as much as I want to do everything on this list, some are easier than others. And so the point of the list isn't to like stress myself out. I don't think I'm going to get to everything, but the point is that I got to some things, but we're going to try our hardest. Read summer themed book or summer themed romance books for a week. A lot of summer romance books that are very popular and at top of mind for me. But I'm also thinking about like delving into like horror, like literary fiction that are summer themed. Girls Trip. I feel like I've actually maybe for some reason been trying to like not allude to it and like keep it as like a fun little secret mystery until I got to this point. But I will be going to Costa Rica with Jordan. You guys have definitely seen her in another vlog. We're going to be going for about 4 to 5 days, I believe, and I am so excited. Going to New York. I will go to New York this summer. If you guys didn't know, I grew up in New Jersey and I do miss being so close to New York. And so for a lot of these things, I kind of already have like ideas in mind, like going out of the country, like the girls' trip, like wearing sunscreen, of course. But I'm just really looking forward to seeing the list like fill up with my notes, experiences. I'm particularly looking forward to like at the end of the summer looking down at all the kind of things I jotted down. Like, did I enjoy this? Did I really not enjoy this? How was that date, Diva? But that's not the last cool thing. Next, we have the progress tab, which this is going to look so cool filled up by the end of the summer. So the way it works is that let's put in random notes. Let's then put in a date. It checks it off. Then you can see what was previously blank now has like points and things attached to it. Like I completed one thing in the reading category, and that counted 2 points towards the 1,000. And the bar will like slowly fill up on each end as I do these activities. I love this because I feel like in addition to like the physical copy that I'm keeping, of course, it's a very visual way for me to see like, oh yeah, like things are really coming together. And so you may be saying like, okay, Diva, this was super cool. Love you. You're super fun. But did you just show us this so that you could brag? Like maybe we want to do it too. Do I have news for you? Jamie made a My Summer bucket list template. I will be sharing this in the description of this YouTube video, but I of course want people to have a really fun summer. And when I posted about this on like my other platforms, people were like, we want to do this too. And so not only has the wealth been shared, there's instructions attached. And so there's notes, details on how you get started, how the categories work, if you want to like delete, change colors, insert rows, it is all here. And so my hope is that we are going to be doing these bucket list activities together. We're going to be tracking our progress. And so you would start here with the instructions. The next tab here is the bucket list. It's blank. You can customize it to your liking. And then the same progress tab that I have on mine as well. And so my hope is that, of course, that we're going to have a really fun summer together. The goal also with this list is like not to stress ourselves out. If we find at the end of the summer, oh my God, we're not as close to 1,000 as I wanted to be, it's not like, oh my God, we're going to stone her in the town circle. It's more so like, oh, Diva, like, what's going on? Like, have we been getting outside? Have we been doing as many things as we wanted to this summer? That kind of thing. And so I hope that these ideas, if you don't use this template, if you decide to use it, if you decide to go your own route, doing the physical one, doing something online similar to this, that you just have fun this summer in the house, outside of the house. As you guys have seen, my activities are really like a mishmash of the two. And like I said, especially in regard to the 20 planners, like don't force yourself to do anything that you're like deeply uncomfortable with, but change can be uncomfortable in general. And so it can be fun to like do something that you usually don't do outside of the norm, you know? And so here is to a happy summer 2025. Bye, guys.